my goodness. Here we go, guys. We are live, MWR Financial on a Wednesday night with our CEO Leadership Live. Guys, this is going to be exciting. This is absolutely going to be exciting. With the few minutes you've got left, send out those last minute texts, make those last minute phone calls. You don't want anybody to miss what you're going to see and hear tonight. Las Vegas was incredible. We're going to talk about that. We're going to share some things with you, but let's see who's on the platform with us tonight, because we've got a host of special guests that you need to hear from tonight. This is going to be pretty exciting. So let's see if we can cover 50 states with the intro time that we've got. Let's get started. Show me who's out there with me. What city, what state you're joining the platform from. Paul, welcome, sir, from New Jersey. All right, that's one down, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Banks, Raleigh, North Carolina, that's two down. Give me another one. All right, Miss Janelle, welcome to the platform. North Carolina representing again. Mr. Hayes, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Who else do we have out there on the platform? Los Angeles, welcome to the platform, Miss Beatty. All right, good deal. Conyers, Georgia, welcome to the platform. Guys, we're getting there. California again, welcome to the platform. Who else is out there, guys? California representing again. Galveston, Texas. All right, welcome to the platform. Chester, Pennsylvania. Beth, welcome. Absolutely glad to have you. That's my friend, Mr. Don Wilson. Chicago, welcome to the platform. Clarksville, Tennessee, way to go. Welcome to the platform. Who else is out there, guys? Alabama's in the house. Roll Tide. Mr. Brooks, welcome to the platform. Guys, here we go. Charlottesville, Virginia. Miss Coley, welcome to the platform. Great seeing you this weekend. Hey, Daryl, welcome. Great talking to you today, sir. Colorado in the house. Who else is out there? Good deal, guys. We've got Texas in the house again. Who else is out there? Let's get this thing covered. Wisconsin. How many states we've got so far? Let's keep this thing going. We're going to load up this platform. Las Vegas. Yes, sir. We were there. Welcome to the platform, Ms. Hongo. All right. Columbus, South Carolina. Mr. McGee, welcome to the platform. Guys at Baton Rouge, way to go. Louisiana, welcome to the platform. New York. Welcome to the platform. Dale out of Durham, North Carolina. Welcome to the platform, guys. Who else have we got? We've got a few more. Auburn, Alabama. There we go, guys. Welcome to the platform. War Eagles. All right. Kevin out of Pittsburgh and Atlanta. Two places at one time. Indianapolis, Indiana. Mr. Mays, welcome to the platform, guys. Illinois in the house again. This is King. Welcome to the platform. Tallahassee, Florida's in the house. Welcome to the platform, guys. Here we go. Let's get started. We've got a lot of ground to cover. You're going to be, listen, grab a pencil and paper because you're going to want to take some notes. There are going to be things offered to you. We're going to share a lot tonight. Listen, but here, before we get started, before I bring on my guest speaker, I want you to see and hear what you missed if you were not there in Las Vegas, Nevada, all right, this past weekend. I'm still on a high from this thing. Here we are, middle of the week, Wednesday, and this was the most exciting event that I've ever been a part of. This is the MWR Financial Celebration of Champions recap video. Take a look at this.
I am live here in Las Vegas, Nevada for the MWR Financial Annual Convention.
This conference has been amazing. MWR is the best in the business. When I say that, I have learned so much. What MWR has done this weekend is built my belief even more that I can have everything financially that I could ever want.
And one of the reasons that I really look forward to coming to any of these kind of meetings is to get the inspiration, see the leaders, and see what's really working in the business. Second is to get the education, understand more about the product, and just what a portfolio of things that we have going on here.
It has been absolutely amazing here. We're hearing great testimonies of financial makeovers. We are learning more and more about the money game. If you are not taking your finances seriously, now is the time.
You know, they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Not this weekend. We need to tell everybody about MWR Financial and what we're doing this weekend.
This is something, guys, when I tell you that you don't want to miss out on. The strategies on how to lower your debt, how to increase your credit score, how to get rid of your expenses. These things may seem lightly to you, but these are things that are actually strategies that make you wealthy.
They are teaching us so much. And what's really amazing about it is that MWR stands for Make Wealth Real, and that's exactly what they're doing, because they are doing financial makeovers for you and anyone else that you know to show you how to get from wherever you are to where you really want to be. And that's on the road to wealth.
Hey, listen, this is the weekend that you do not want to miss. Las Vegas, Nevada. This is our national convention with MWR Financial. Here's an opportunity to transform lives all over this country. What we bring to the table is the solution to the problem that 98% of the people in this country are facing, and we've got the fix. We've got the answer. No more struggling, no more just getting by. If you want to win and you're serious about getting your financial life in order, we've got the program for you. We can help you do it. This thing not only offers you an opportunity to take advantage of services that could change your financial picture, but also an opportunity attached to it that can set you free. If there was ever a win, this one's it. That was smoke right there. You tell me. Listen, what I saw this weekend, I saw a company unite and a group of people that got behind the vision. And we're on a journey here to change lives all over this country, and we're just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to bring to the platform the gentleman that God gave this vision to, that was obedient to the call and established this company. What we're enjoying right now, MWR Financial, this mission, this journey that we're on, this life-changing experience is all due to this gentleman right here, the CEO and founder of MWR Financial, my friend of 17 years. I've never met a man like him. I've never met anybody with such compassion, such concern for the average everyday man. They're willing to reach back. This is his fourth multi-million-dollar company, so this is no strange territory for him. But how often do you meet someone who's highly successful, and I mean highly successful, willing to reach back and help the masses live the same quality of life that he is living and experiencing, allowing his family to experience? He wants the same for you and me. It does not happen every day. You know it, and I know it. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet. Help me welcome to the platform the CEO and founder of MWR Financial, Mr. Brian T. House.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
If it gets any better, my friend, I won't be able to stand it. Get excited to stay broke forever. Welcome to the platform, my friend. Hey, listen, you know the saying is what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. Not this time.
No, absolutely not, Gerald. I'll tell you what. It's been it was a whirlwind weekend, but it's been a whirlwind since we've got back. And I'll tell you, this was after 30 years of being in business. And I hate saying that because I date myself. I'm gonna make myself look even older than I am. But at the same time, I've never seen this much excitement and energy and love and just, I'm not kidding you. This weekend, yeah, and you're right. We saw so many people gel. You know what I loved the most? I saw all of our leaders together, working with each other, loving each other, supporting each other, and everybody, kind of on the same mission here, and just fired up about what's happening with this company in their own personal lives. And I'm still wound up. I'm telling you, I literally went 36 hours on the last day I was there, 36 hours with only 1 hour sleep. And so I'm glad they pump a lot of oxygen into those casinos. It kept me going. But listen, we've got a lot to go over tonight real quick because we want to give everybody a recap. And to help me do that, I'm going to bring on my friend, my business partner, and somebody that it provides a tremendous amount of support. And he, along with you, Gerald, and so many other people, you guys knocked it out of the park this weekend. And I apologize, my phone is blowing up, so I need to cut that off. But I'm going to bring up none other than our president of Field and Leadership Development, Mr. Ndamo Tolson.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, buddy.
I just turned off my phone too. I was like, oh, I better.
Yeah, well, I didn't mind. Instead, I've got it on my camera, but it's quiet now. So I didn't know what I did to do that. But listen, man, great weekend, buddy.
It was a phenomenal weekend. I mean, just tremendous. Just seeing everyone, seeing all the new and the old, and then it meshed together, and everyone just really understanding the dynamics and the power of MWR. To me, the Make Wealth Real movement got a head of steam this weekend.
Yeah, amen. I agree with that. And we shared a lot of exciting information, a lot of announcements.
Yes.
We got to hear some amazing, heartfelt testimonies and stories of people's success and their triumphs as well as their challenges, what they've been through, where they came from, where they are now, the impact that we're making as a company. All of these things were just unbelievable. I've never smiled so much, cried so much, laughed so much. I've never, all in one weekend as I did this weekend. And you always talk, Dom, about these events, how powerful they are. I talk about it. And the emotional experience that people have, which I believe is what moves people. I believe that's what really causes people to say, you know what, I'm done playing around. It's time to engage. I'm seeing all these other people winning. They're no better than me. I can do this. And they're getting the nuggets and the input that they need from people that have already knocked it out of the park. And you
know what happens, Brian? One of the things that's so critical at these events is when they actually are able to talk to the people that have been on stage and they realize they really are no better. They're just like me. They just put themselves forward. They conquered their fears. They developed some skills, and I can do the same thing. And so they really connect in that way. And then when they, like you just said, when they have a significant emotional experience, and that's what so many had this weekend, it causes you to then make a change and move forward like nothing else can. So, man, I just salute everyone that was there to experience, to me, a very, very unique moment in time, and it's just super exciting.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I can tell you guys, if you missed it, you're getting ready to see all of our videos be posted on Vimeo. Covering the whole event. We did that recap video, which was great. And I got to commend Willie Jones, our videographer, as well as Sonia Williams, our chief marketing officer, who are both under the weather since they got back, but they sucked it up and they still got this thing done to get it out for everybody. So I just want to commend them and thank them so much for doing that. But you're getting ready to see it broke down into multiple videos that covered all the segments of the event. That'll be on our Vimeo page as soon as possible. We're working on getting all those things broke out. But tonight we wanted to kind of give you the highlights, okay, of what happened. And the event kind of started out, one, with me telling my story and Dom and them kind of playing a trick on me and getting me up there when I thought it was going to be a video. And then Dom ends up interviewing me and I end up having to do it live, and which is very uncomfortable for me because I do not like talking about myself. And so, but at the same time, he pulled it out of me. And so we started with that, but then we transitioned right into, after discussing why this company was founded and started, why we put MWR Financial together. Then we went into the power of cash flow, which was a segment that I was going to do. And we want to go over that with you tonight, but we're going to do it very abbreviated, guys. But I want you to see the impact that you are making within the last 3 years, what we've been able to accomplish collectively as a company because of your help. I want you to see the impact that you're making on individual lives in this company, as well as the overall results that we're producing as a company, okay? And so, Martina, if you don't mind, if you can pull up the power of cash flow. Nope, not that one. Power of cash flow, sorry. So that's an announcement. We'll talk about that in just a second, but we want to pull up our slides for the power of cash flow, and that's it. I'm going to start with this, and yes, great, thank you. First of all, I want to point this out. In our Reduce My Taxes, our tax reduction program, with our instant pay raise strategy for W-2 employees, we're averaging $347 per member that participates in that program, $347 per month being added back to their pockets. And again, guys, these are averages. We took averages because obviously some people are higher, some people are lower, but we took the average figure and then the totals. But on our home-based business deductions, those are putting approximately $420, or an average of $422 per month back into our members' pockets, those that participate especially and use Hurdler to track their mileage and expenses. All right, that's where we came up with our averages from our Hurdler clients that use that. Hurdler, the savings on it, obviously it's included in your membership as far as your mileage and expense tracking. That's $10 savings per month. And then our free tax preparation services, which go along with, it's free for those people that monitor their mileage and expenses through Hurdler or some software that our experts, when it comes tax season, don't have to manually calculate your receipts. Okay. There's a charge to that. It's free to all of our members for your business or personal one tax return. And that averages, if you break it down monthly, it's about $500 a month in or $500 a year, which is about $45 a month. Well, if you look at just those core services inside of Reduce My Taxes, that's a total of $824 per month for members that participate and utilize all of those strategies. Okay, $824 per month. But here's the great thing. In the last 3 years, the impact of what we've been able to do has been able to put a total tax reduction to date, impact tax reduction to date of $258,875,000 and a little more, but we just rounded it off, $875,000 back into our members' pockets. Guys, I could stop right there. If we did nothing else but that eliminates the cost of your membership. It eliminates the cost of your business. It eliminates it can help you eliminate your debts. It can help you save or invest for retirement. It can do so many things for you. But guys, this is just one piece of our program. The next piece, our Lower My Bills portion. Okay. And Martina, if you can switch slides, that'd be great. But Lower My Bills, we looked at the average monthly savings, and especially since we added insurance negotiation to that, and we'll talk about something else real quick. I'll just mention it. Martina, you don't even have to pull up the slide for this when I do. But with Lower My Bills, our bill negotiation, cable, satellite, cell phone, internet, utilities, insurances, and more, our average monthly savings per member that uploads their bills for bill negotiation is $143 per month. $143 per month. Your business and your membership here is $149.97. This one program, just by utilizing it, is a little less savings than the cost of your membership and your business combined. This one program is almost saving people the cost of their business, and some people it is saving them the cost of their business and membership. Remember, this is an average. Our total bill negotiation impact to date with Bill Schrader, our Lower My Bills program, is approximately $3.4 million for our members. Now, what's so crazy about that is, Dom, this was just introduced right at a year ago.
Right.
This hasn't even been with us for 3 years since we launched, just a year ago.
No, it's crazy.
And I will tell you, there are a lot of you that have not participated. A lot. And so don't leave this money on the table. Put it back into your pocket. Okay. And with the addition of insurance, that's phenomenal. But we've also done something else, or that we have something else in the process that was one of our announcements this weekend in regards to our Bill Shredder or Lower My Bills program. And that is that right now our bill negotiators are finalizing the ability to be able to negotiate credit card interest rates. Okay. Credit card interest rates, they will negotiate down annual fees or help you try to eliminate annual fees. They will take care of the negotiation on that. Like I said, they're finalizing that. But this is huge, guys, because of our credit restoration program that we're going to talk about in just a minute. As people's scores increase, as their debts go down, okay, and their credit scores get better, as things are deleted or corrected on their credit file, and their scores go up, all right, this gives our negotiators the ability to go in and now say, okay, you were paying 29% or 28% or 30% on a credit card interest rate, and try to negotiate that down for you so it lowers your minimum monthly payment, freeing up additional monthly cash flow to help you accelerate your debt elimination process that much faster and put more money back into your pockets every single month. Okay. So that is huge. I can't wait when that is introduced to see what the average monthly savings per member increases by for those people that participate in that portion of the Lower My Bills program. Now, moving on to the next piece. Excuse me. Martina, eliminate my debts. Thank you, Martina. And the power, our debt elimination program, our average total interest savings per member, okay, our average as of right now, interest savings per member is a total of $63,464. For the members that have participated in our, Eliminate My Debts program, our debt elimination or debt roll down program, the average total interest savings per member is $63,464. The average total time savings per member is 12.9 years. So if you were in debt for 28 years or 30 years, you're now looking at an average of 12.9 years. Okay. Average monthly interest savings per member monthly. I want you to think about this. And this is based on the average time remaining in debt, or 8.7 years, or 104.4 months. Okay. If you take 104 or $63,464, which is the total interest savings, and you break that down by, or divide it by 104.4, that will give you the average monthly interest savings per member, $607.89 per month. And our total interest savings upon completion of everybody's debts that are entered in right now would be $1.8 billion as of right now, with a total time savings upon completion of over 37,000 years that we have knocked off our members' time in debt, money that they were given to the bank that they couldn't use for themselves, because as long as you're paying interest, that's money you can never save, invest, or be able to pay yourself. As long as you're in debt, that's money that's benefiting someone else, not you and your family. Guys, this program is absolutely phenomenal. If you're not plugged into it, you need to be and see the results, because you're going to get instantly find out, once you plug your debts in, how much interest you're saving, how much time you're saving, how much, how long it will take you to become a debt-free millionaire. You'll know your exact debt-free date and when you will have $1 million in the bank just by following this plan. And that's without spending one dime more on your debts than what you're spending right now. Okay? That's huge. Guys, that's huge. So that is the results so far. And this fires me up. I don't know if you guys can tell. When I see this type of an impact and the numbers that we're producing and what we're doing, and keep going. I could go on for days, but go ahead. And I'm going to elaborate on something here in just a second to close it out on the power of cash flow. But restore my credit. When we look through our members that participate in MWR Smart Credit, because it allows us to be able to see the point increases of each of the members that are participating in MWR Smart Credit, our average score increase per member is 126.8 points. Okay. And this is based on members that have participated and stuck through the program for a minimum of 6 months. That gives us time to do 1 to 3 rounds, really 3 rounds of processing during that time period. But the average score increase per member is 126.8 points. That's phenomenal. When we took this and we looked at a 126.8 point increase, okay, And we added that to the average consumer's average credit score, all right, with their average debt service. We came up with an estimated monthly interest and insurance premium savings per member of $498 per month. That's what type of increase or savings a 126.8 point increase can create for most people. Okay, that is absolutely phenomenal. But if you take all of this together, all right, and you look at the total of everything that just this portion of our program, MWR Cashback, our cash flow portion of our program, if you look at that, and I don't know why they got Restore My Credit there, because this is the total. I didn't catch that before. It's got Restore My Credit, credit restoration. Just cancel that, guys. This is the totals, not for Restore My Credit. But it says total average monthly savings, cash flow increase per member that completes their financial makeover with just our cash flow piece. The pieces I just went over, the average savings is $2,072.89. $2,072.89 per month when you add all of those things up. The median income in this country is only $52,000. We keep telling you guys that 1/3 of your money is going to the banks. 1/3 of your money is going to taxes. Another 1/3 of your money is going to big business. Then you've got inflation on top of that. And if you take those statistics, this based off the average median income in this country, we're putting 1/3 or more of that money back into our members' pockets of their income by putting their tax money back in their pocket, putting money from big business back in their pocket, putting money from their debts from the credit card interest rates and everything else back into their pocket, guys. This is the type of impact we're making. And I'm going to make this very clear because, again, you hear how excited I'm getting and I'm losing my voice, Dom. But I want you to look at the times that we're in right now. And I don't want to prolong this. I don't want you guys to be on here forever. But I want you to look at the economy we're dealing with. I want you to look at inflation and what's happening. I want you to look at the fact that interest rates are about to go up because of the inflation that has been created, okay, by this administration, by giving money to the American people, just printing it and giving it to them. And this is not political, okay? I'm an independent. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican, just so you know that, okay? And I don't prefer to listen to my government tell me how I should manage my finances when they can't manage their own, okay? That's not who I'm going to listen to. And what's happening right now is an absolute travesty because you may not pay for it as much as your children and your grandchildren end up paying for it. Nothing is free in life, guys, that the government hands out. It ends up costing somebody, okay? And it's going to cost the hardworking Americans and taxpayers, all right? They're the ones that are going to have to pay that back. You're going to have to deal with inflation. And I'm going to tell you right now, we're combating everything the federal government is doing. We're the solution to that problem. We're the answer to those Americans. I want you to think about this. When we started MWR Financial, we launched, all right, in August of 2019, when we did our official launch. There were 78% of American families were living paycheck to paycheck. Now they're paying 25 to 30% more for gas. They're paying 14.5% more for food and normal living expenses. Their rents are increasing. All of this has created a compounding effect that now is going to affect interest rates because in order to control inflation, you're going to have to raise interest rates, okay? And then once that happens, now all these people that were living paycheck to paycheck, they're now spending $4,000 to $5,000 per year because of these things that have been created that are now causing them to go even further backwards to where now they have to finance the things that they, not a lifestyle, they have to finance their food. They have to put things on a credit card to put gas in their car, okay? They have to pay for daycare, with a payday loan. This is the type of stuff that is happening, and we have the solution to all of it. And if you don't believe it, watch the thousands of testimonies, tens of thousands of testimonies, and the testimonies we're getting ready to add that you'll be able to see from this event. There's nobody out there that is remedying all of these challenges in one place with real experts that do the work for you. We are it, guys. And I said this at our event, and I'll say it to you. All right. I would not let any of my friends and family get away with saying I'm not interested until they have seen what we do, until they have seen or heard the testimonies of the people that are impacted by our program, until they've seen the results that I just shared with you. I would not let anybody get away with that. That was a friend or family member of mine. And if you show them this program and they still want to keep doing what they're doing and struggling, if they're struggling, leave them where they are. Leave them where they are, because we're in the business of delivering the message, but understanding we can only save those that want to save themselves. All right. So with that, guys, that's the cash flow piece that we went over. Now, Dom, you got anything you want to add to that? Because I got
you handled it. Yes, you handled it. You were on fire.
All right. Well, good. All right. Well, good. Listen, next thing I want to talk to you about, this was a big announcement. Okay. And after this, we're going to bring up our special guest and stuff, because you got to hear from these phenomenal gentlemen. But the next announcement was, let me just put it this way. Before you bring it up, Martina, hang on. We've had a lot of people approach us about being able to do something, okay, that the government has implemented through the CARES Act called the Employee Retention Credit Program, okay, which is initiated by the federal government. I will tell you, I am not a big fan of obtaining free money from the federal government, all right? What I am a big fan of is when the government provides programs to assist businesses, not individuals that don't need it, only individuals that do need it, but not giving it out to everybody, giving it out to the people that need it, okay? I'm okay if they're going to support or help people that need it, but not giving it out to everybody that really wasn't affected, which is what they did, okay? Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. The Employee Retention Credit Program is a program that is for business owners, okay, that actually maintained their employees during the COVID pandemic, during the years of 2020, 2021, and even a portion of 2019, which is about to run out here in a little while, but 2020 and 2021 for sure. The Employee Retention Credit Program is where the federal government, if a business has experienced some kind of arbitrary impact, negative impact due to the pandemic, an increase in expenses, they have had to be shut down for a period of time. They just any kind of hardship due to the pandemic at all that maybe decreased profits in some way. Now, it doesn't have to be all of these things. It can be anything that falls under the guidelines set by the federal government in the CARES Act. Okay, and what we've done is we've assembled a team of ERC experts, employee retention credit experts, that we are now going to make it to where our directors are going to be able to offer employee retention credit to businesses, okay, that had employees during the pandemic, maintained those employees or experienced hardships, whatever it may be. Now, the employee retention credit allows these businesses that qualify to potentially receive up to $26,000 per employee that they retained during those time periods. Any quarter during 2020, 2021, that they experienced a challenge, that they maintained employees, that they meet the guidelines any quarter. It doesn't have to be for the whole year. It can be for any specific quarter, okay, or any quarters, all right? And by doing that, you guys are going to be able to, you will have your own site that we are developing right now. We're finishing these things up to where you will be able to introduce or pre-qualify, so to speak, businesses that would be interested in seeing if they qualify for an employee retention credit. You'll be able to have them go to that site. You'll be able to have them answer a few simple questions. They'll see a beautiful video. They'll see the details of the Employee Retention Credit Program Assistance, Employee Retention Credit Assistance Program offered by MWR Financial, all right? And they will be able to submit for a free analysis. If our experts, which our experts as in everything, do all the work for you, okay? All your job is to tell the business about it and introduce them to how they can get the information or how they can get their free analysis. That's all you got to do, okay? Once you do that, let's say you introduced a business and, excuse me, I'm sorry, let me go back. They answer a few questions, they submit a request an analysis, a free analysis, and then from there, our experts take over. Our experts will, answer any questions they have. They'll determine whether or not they qualify. They'll be able to, request any needed documents and provide them with a way to securely upload those documents. These are ERC experts, licensed tax professionals that are doing this, okay? And so by doing that, let's say you have a company that you introduced, and that company ends up deciding that they want us to assist them, all right? And they go through the process. Our experts do everything for them, and they have 10 employees. And all 10 employees, they ended up getting $26,000 back because they qualified for the full amount. Well, those 10 employees times $26,000, that's $260,000. $260,000. They will pay no money up front at all. So unlike a lot of companies out there that offer employee retention credit that charge hundreds and even thousands of dollars in advance for doing this, we're saying we don't want you guys having to sell the program. We don't want you guys having to try to convince businesses to send money or any of that stuff. We don't want any of that. Our experts are going to do all the review and stuff and contract with that business. And if we are able to get them an employee retention credit, they will pay only 20% of whatever credit we get them, whatever refund, payroll refund that we get them, they will pay 20%. They'll keep 80%. Our experts will get 20%. Okay. Now, out of that 20%, okay, and first of all, I'll say this. The average out there typically ranges anywhere between 20% to up to, we've seen up to 35% that these companies are charging for the employee retention credit program. Okay. And anybody that charges lower fees, you'll typically notice that they end up charging higher upfront fees. Okay. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Out of that 20%, or the 20% of that $260,000 that they paid, you're going to earn 5% for the person that referred it. Well, 5% of $260,000 is $13,000 for you. For the referring director, you are going to get 5% of that. That's $13,000. Your sponsor for bringing you to MWR Financial is also going to receive a 10% check match on whatever you receive. So if you got $13,000, your sponsor just picked up $1,300, and he may not, or he or she may not even know that you submitted somebody. Okay. This could be a very happy Christmas for a lot of people. Okay. With this program, but there's a couple of things I'm going to tell you too about this program, and we're going to go into more details on it. It's going to launch. Our goal is to launch it on October 1st. Okay. And another thing, the average commission typically paid out there is about 1 to 3%. We're paying out 5% with a 10% check match on that 5%, which is unbelievable. And our experts do all the work. We don't want you going out there and trying to sell it and trying to act like an ERC expert or a CPA or a tax professional. We don't want you having to do that. All right. Our experts will do all the work. You just have to bring the business to the table. Now, here's what's amazing about that. You know, those statistics I showed about all the instant pay raises and that money that we put back into our members' pockets? You know what every single one of those members have? They have an employer. They have an employer that they're now able to go to and give something free or back to their employer. I can tell you right now, if you as an employee of mine brought something like this to me that I did not know about, or maybe even I was turned down by my CPA or some other tax professional because they only looked to see certain things and they ended up not doing a complete thorough analysis, which even if somebody's turned down, guys, if they're willing to resubmit and let our experts look at it, our experts will get detailed information to determine if they really do qualify, or if maybe they don't qualify for the whole time period, they qualify for certain quarters during those years to where they can still get some of that money back. But if you brought that to me as an employer, I promise you, if I got $266,000 back for just retaining my employees during a pandemic, and I met the qualifications because I've experienced some sort of hardship, if I got that type of money back, you'd be getting a pay raise. Okay, you'd be getting a pay raise on your job if you work for me, because you just put $266,000 back into my pocket. Right now, you're my best friend. I love you. Okay, but the other thing is that you have the ability to go back to your employer and say, "Hey, listen, I'm working with a company. It doesn't interfere with what we're doing here, but they're doing something special. They're doing something special, and they've given me the opportunity to be able to help my employer and bring something to you that could potentially put, money back into your pocket. And, if I'd love to be able to get you to submit for this program to see if we could give you a free analysis to qualify you for the employee retention credit, because I greatly appreciate you keeping me employed during the pandemic." And guys, this is all part of the CARES Act. And I can tell you, I don't know of an employer that would say no to that, especially when there's no risk to them and there are no fees paid unless we actually get them refund checks in the mail. Last thing I will tell you about this, we've taken all the collection out of this too. Instead of worrying about whether or not an employer will pay once they receive a check, our company automatically contracts with them and gets their ACH information. So within 3 days of the money being received by them, they will receive a notice, and that money will be drafted from the business account that they have provided for their business account right into ours, and then will immediately be commissioned to you. Okay, so that is our employee retention program, a credit program, assistance program, and I'm excited for you guys. The other thing I will tell you is that for those of you that do this, it's only available for a limited time. The employee retention credit runs out in about 18 months. Okay, so this is not a long-term business. This is a short-term business, allowing you to own a business within a business, but there's a window of opportunity for you to be able to participate in this and to take advantage of it. And what I'm excited about is that there's so many of you that are new that have started, some of you that have been here a long time, and this may be a way to help you jumpstart your private reserve accounts. It may be a way for you to be able to jumpstart buying land in the path of growth through our land banking system. It may be able to help you accelerate the elimination of your debts even quicker, okay, and allow you to, be able to put a large sum of money, potentially a large sum of money in your pocket in a very short period of time. And so with that, guys, we're excited about it. The roof about came off of Vegas when we announced this. And so, but I will tell you this is a program that we're introducing, just like all of our services. All right. Unless you're a licensed expert that owns a business that does this service and you're a licensed CPA or whatever that does this, if you're a director and you're not a licensed CPA, if you're involved in any other company that participates in this program, from this point forward, you will have to do it with MWR Financial. Okay. If you want to maintain your director status, because offering a competing program while being involved in MWR Financial is a violation of our policies and procedures. We can't have the confusion. We can't have the disparagement of our program in any way. And we need to know that all of our directors are on board on the same page and that we're not competing against each other. We work hard to bring these things to the table, provide the best possible scenario for you with the least amount of effort. And so it costs us money to do that stuff. And so it's an integrity issue as well with me. And I'm just making that very clear up front. Doesn't mean any deals that you have previously submitted to a prior company or another company that you cannot complete. But once this is launched October 1st, anything you do with the employee retention credit has to be done through MWR Financial's experts. Okay. So just wanted to point that out. And that's not us being greedy or any of that stuff, because we make a little bit of nothing on this compared to what you guys do. And literally at this point, we've made nothing, but we've spent a lot. Okay. And so we need your help to make sure we do things the right way. So with that, Dom, I'm done. But I'm going to let you bring up our guest speakers because I want to hear from them, and feel free to interview them. I'll hang out here with you and stuff, but I know you've got some questions you want to ask them and some things in regards to our event, get their feedback, but their takeaways, whatever it may be. And then we're going to let our top income or close this thing out tonight. But let's hear from our special guest. And if you would, buddy, bring them up for us.
Okay, well, yes, let's do that. First, I want to bring up a gentleman that has absolutely hit the ground running when it comes to MWR. He saw an opportunity here, and because of the platform that was built for speed with MWR 3.0, he's shown you and everybody else involved that you can go from zero to a $650 a day payday every single day residually. He did that in 60 days. This gentleman hit regional director where he was getting $200 a day in 21 days. In 21 days. He had 2-star in 42 days. He had 3-star in, or maybe I did it right. He actually was, whatever it was fast. He was super, super fast. I don't have it right in front of me. He can tell you that, but super fast. And what was incredible about him, and a lot of people were able to witness this, is his humility and how humble he is and what he wants to see the whole company do. But this guy, he won our Rank Accelerator Award. He is the second highest ranking person in MWR currently under the 3.0 plan. And that's none other than Mr. Kevin, 4-star, I should say this first, 4-star Regional Director, Mr. Kevin Velasquez. Kevin, how are you, my friend?
Hola, buenas noches. How's it going?
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches, amiga. Thank you so much. I mean, Adamo and Brian, I want to thank you guys for an amazing convention. Guys, conventions, since I've been in network marketing, conventions are life-changing experiences. And this convention was the best of the best for me. So thank you so much. MWR Financial Family, it's something else. I told you, Andamo, since the beginning that you guys are so humble, and now that I had the opportunity to meet the leaders, guys, you guys are very, very humble. From my previous company, like comparing the leaders and the people that are involved in the company, I feel at home. I feel 100% at home. So thank you so much.
Well, we're happy to hear that, and I'm going to ask you some questions in a moment, but I also want to bring up another remarkable person. This is really, if there is a face to MWR from a business building perspective, he is it. But he's also would be the face from an MWR business building and making sure people understand the essence and the power of what MWR is and the services, what they can do for you. Because he's walked that path. He's been able to demonstrate it to not only for himself, because this gentleman now has, since he's been with MWR, he now has 20 acres with a lake on it in a exclusive neighborhood in Atlanta, Georgia. You know who I'm talking about. He absolutely just crushed it this weekend with training. And the reason why we all expect it, but he took it to a whole nother level. And that's why he's affectionately known as the G-Tote, which stands for greatest trainer of all time. He has set the pace. He allowed MWR 1.0 and 2.0 literally set the pace and allowed us to put a 3.0. So Kevin loves him because it allowed him to run fast. He was able to come and get this new comp plan and turn it on its head. But I will tell you, he is a 2-time MVP. And if you want to ask me, the biggest award we can give anyone, and we gave some phenomenal awards, but MVP, because it means more than just being the top income earner. It means more than just being the highest ranked person in the company, which he's both of those, but it means that you saw the vision that the company is going in, the direction it's going in, and you were humble enough to bring your talents, your tools, your gifts, your ideas, your thoughts, your resources, and your connections to the company to make it better for everyone. And that's exactly what he's done. So let's bring up my good friend, Mr. Brian N. Bean, our 5-star regional director. How you doing, my friend?
Mic check. I'm good, man. How you feel?
Yes, I'm outstanding, doing absolutely outstanding. So here's what I want to do with both of you, and I'll just throw this out to you, and then you can just you guys can take it. You guys play off of each other. But Kevin, why don't you share with us, because this is obviously your first event with us, what not only you were expecting, but what you thought about once you saw the full essence of MWR. Because I know when we first spoke, you had a lot of, a lot of your team, they were all thinking kind of in one service direction, but now you were able to really see live testimonials and hear from people exactly how their lives have changed. And then, like you said, you saw the humbleness, what you thought of, for example, Brian's training, what you thought of the different events, what you thought of the different other leaders you had a chance to talk with and get with. Kevin, I'd love to hear your perspective from someone new coming over. And then, Brian, I want to hear yours from, you've been around things, you've seen what we've done and where we've come from MWR, but I want to know what you thought about this particular event and what made it special for you and why you now are going to take this. And you said something at the convention. You said, I haven't even gotten started yet. And so I want to know why that was such a key point that you made. So Kevin, I'll start with you.
When we came on board, we were like very focused on credit restoration because in our practice company, that was the main services that we offer. And at the beginning, we were very, very focused on credit restoration. But man, after this convention, we came home like ready to learn way more about the services. We learned a lot at the convention, but we're ready to start promoting the other services. I want to learn. Specifically me, I want to learn more about the private reserve account because I've heard a lot of benefits about it. And let me tell you, I've never heard about a private reserve account. I don't think the Latino market knows about this, so we have like a huge opportunity in that services specifically. And for sure, we're going to start growing way more using the other services, 100%. And let me tell you, Brian, you are a mentor. Like all our team was impressed with every single training that you gave us. And when we heard that you charge that amount of money for mentorship and you're giving all that information to us for free, I don't know why every single financial director is not at every single convention that we have. Because man, you are a finance guru. All right, and I'm very grateful that you have built this like these foundations of this company for us to come here and grow in a very good place, and we feel like family. And also, I know that all your leaders are so humble because you are the first humble leader, and that's what you're doing in the organization. We're very grateful for that. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
No, thank you as well.
So Brian, why don't you heard all of that, but why don't you kind of say what impressed you about this particular convention? You've been to other MWR conventions, but what was it about this one that made a difference?
Yeah, it was I saw everything come full circle. For those who don't know, when I first joined MWR, it was about, don't quote me, maybe 14 people in a small conference room. Those were the leaders at the time. It would be like the equivalent of a 4-star executive. I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. When I first joined the company, imagine about 12 to 14 4-star executives in a room, and that was the foundation. I walked in, I had been in the business every bit of 1 week, I think. It was up in the mountains in Chattanooga.
Gatlinburg,
Tennessee. Guys, let me take you on a quick 30-second journey. 14 people, the equivalent of all of us are executives, no regionals, none of that stuff. No 4 figures a day, barely 3 figures a day. And 2 of us at the last conventions I've been to, Atlanta and Vegas, if I'm not mistaken, 2 of the 14 were at those last 2 conferences. Atlanta at the CNN Center and Las Vegas. What am I telling you guys? The universe has worked it out to take this company from 14 people in leadership positions to 2 to 4 people that were at that conference, were at the last 2 conferences. And now people like Kevin, his organization, amazing. The Tribe organization, amazing. And I only name these organizations just because you can identify with certain brands. In other words, to have 300 to 400 people at the MGM Grand, when 2 of us that were there 2 years ago have been at the last 2 conventions, it gives me a sense of pride to know that this company is so strong and the services are so amazing that it does not matter who's with us. No longer with us. All that matters is where we are going. To see fresh eyes, to see fresh individuals, to see people who've not been in network marketing long, to see people whose first language is not English, to see a person like Kevin get up there and get so moved emotionally, and he couldn't even speak in English or Spanish. He was so emotional. He couldn't even speak the level of conviction that was in his heart and his organization's heart. To see this company go from 13 to 14 people in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, to now the Mirage in Las Vegas. Do y'all understand? And those who weren't there, do you understand why I'm so humbled and why I say we haven't even started yet? So to me, Dom, I got a little different perspective. It was the beginning. And now this is, you would think I'm about to say the end. No, the beginning is still happening.
Right.
Kevin represents the beginning of the new MWR. His team, Extra Digit, represents the beginning of the new MWR. So really, all of us on the Zoom right now are part of not the foundation, Kevin, right? We're part of the basement. We're part of the whatever you have to do to put the foundation in. We're under the foundation, and I just can't wait until the foundation is set and the not house, not apartment, but the hotel, if you will. No, the skyscraper is really just now being constructed. So that's what this event showed me after being here for 3 years now.
Hey, that's outstanding. Go ahead, Brian.
No, I just want to jump in because Brian made a good point. I never really thought about it like this, but when we did that in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and there were literally, I think 13 is what was there, 13 total. And out of those 13, including you, Brian, okay, there are 3 that are still here. But here's what's amazing about the 3 that stuck around. They're all millionaire residual income earners or top income earners in this company. The 3 that stuck around from 3 years ago, Brian. That's where they were. They stuck around and they gave themselves a chance to win. And some people just didn't have the vision, but that's part of the growing process. With every growth, there's also a weeding process. And so I think we were left with the cream of the crop. So I love it.
Powerful.
Absolutely. So let's do this, and I'll just do one quick question, Kevin, to you. And why don't you answer it in Spanish and then English, so that because I know the Spanish speaking people, they're not hearing it in any of this in Spanish this time. But Kevin, why are you so ready? Because I talked to you after the event. I talked to you yesterday, and you were so ready to run. Why are you, and you were always going for it. One of the things I appreciate about the two people that I'm looking at right now with you and Brian, you both said what you were going to do before you did it, and you had the integrity and the resolve, because it wasn't easy to go as quickly as you did and say, I'm going to set the pace for my team. But you all had the character, resolve, and integrity to do exactly what you said you're going to do. So Kevin, why is it now that you are almost on turbocharge, like you're more committed today than you were before the event? What is it about that event, and what is it about MWR that's caused you to feel that way?
Perfect. I'm going to do it first in English. For me,
in English, okay.
In English first. So my first mentor always told me that the most important thing to be successful in life is belief. So first, you need to believe in yourself. Second, you need to live. You have to believe in your dreams, and also you have to believe in the vehicle that is going to help you achieve those dreams, right? So what's the vehicle that we have? MWR Financial. So the convention changed my vision completely. I mean, I was ready, and I always believe in Adamo and in Brian, because we have a really close relationship. But after the convention and seeing the foundation that our company has, changed completely my perspective. And I know exactly where I'm going, and our leaders are more than ready to run, because we know that we are in a company that is a family. Like watching Brian having in the same company his sister and part of his family. Like, man, we can grow here because we know that our leader Brian House has his family involved in the business. So he's gonna take care of us because he's taking care of his family. So, familia, lo más importante que existe para uno poder tener éxito en cualquier cosa que uno se quiera dedicar en la vida es la creencia. Lo primero que hay que tener es creencia en uno mismo. Lo segundo es tener creencias en los sueños que uno tiene y que uno realmente los puede lograr. Y lo tercero es tener creencia en el vehículo que nosotros vamos a utilizar para poder llegar a nuestros sueños. Y definitivamente después de la convención yo estoy mucho más claro que este es el lugar donde yo quiero hacer mis sueños realidad, y el poder compartir con todos nuestros líderes y con toda nuestra gente me ha dado aún más la seguridad de que ellos también creen 100% en este vehículo para poder cumplir todos esos sueños. Ver a Brian House tener tener a su familia involucrada en la corporación me da a mí mucha tranquilidad de que yo estoy construyendo el negocio en un lugar familiar, en un lugar donde nuestro líder, que es Brian, va realmente a cuidarnos a nosotros, porque cuidándonos a nosotros está también cuidando a su familia. Así que nada, estoy extremadamente feliz por tener esta oportunidad y 100% seguro de que MWR Financial is our house forever. Thank you so much. Gracias.
Outstanding. Well, then, Brian, for you, you can I want you to take us out of here with what we need to do to get started, because you and I both know a lot of people think that what they do today is why they got paid what they got paid today. But you and I both know that is what you do today is what affects tomorrow and in the future. So we have the end of the year, and then we're going to come into our next event in February. So why don't you leave us with some things that are going to get like a framework as you do it so well, that are going to get people ready to run in the right direction so they can have a great start to 2023. Because and everyone listen closely, because the check that he received, when you saw the big checks in that video, $365,000 a year is in the top 3% of income earners in the entire United States. But it's really higher than that. It would be a smaller number than that because that 365 is residually. So Brian, and it's growing, by the way. But Brian, why don't you? Oh, Brian House.
Yeah, and Dom, listen, we're going to let Brian close this thing out.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and so before he goes, I just want to say this, guys. I appreciate all of you that made it to this event. We love you guys. You got to see and feel the love this weekend, and I couldn't be more grateful to be in business with such an incredible group of leaders, whether they are new leaders, old leaders, or up and coming leaders, which is all that was at that event. That was everybody that was at that event in those three types of people. And so I'm just in awe at you guys and what we're able to do. But like Damo said, Brian, Kevin, everybody, this is just the beginning, guys. This is just the beginning. There are things coming that people at the event heard that you don't know about yet. But there's a reason that they heard it. They were at the event, but you'll hear it in the future. You'll hear it in the future because we've got a lot more to go, a lot more to do. And MWR 4.0 is on the way. Okay. So I'll just put it that way. All right. So with that, Kevin, Brian, love you guys. Thank you so much. You both killed it this weekend. Brian, as always, guys, if you get a chance, please, when these videos go up on Vimeo and you get to watch Money Talk with Brian Bean and any of the trainings that he did, I know Kevin feels the same way, his team. I heard comments from your entire team, Kevin, on how phenomenal they thought all of this was. And I love how, as leaders, everybody was working together and that unity that we got to feel there. So check it out. Do not miss any of those videos and the trainings. They were absolutely phenomenal. So with that, we're going to get us off the screen. Love you guys. Appreciate you. And our event registration for the next event is up on MakeWealthRealEvents.com. Go ahead, Dom.
And I'm sorry, House. Kevin, show us that new hardware you got.
Oh, yeah.
Up there. Look at that. Kevin is our new ring earner, along with Amina and Ajaya.
Yes. And listen, guys, you're going to hear from our new ring earners next week. Okay. We're going to be doing a special live with them. And so Amina, Rashid, Ajaya Hongo, and obviously Kevin Velasquez. But there's something else special that may happen on there, but we're not going to give it away. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Brian. Thank you guys so much. Brian, close us out. Give us some words of wisdom like I know only you can, and set the stage or give us the frameworks we need to go from now until our next event in February, buddy. Thank you. You're on mute.
I got to make it quick because I actually have a meeting I got to host, and I'm going to get out of here in record time. I want you guys to write down 357. 357. Whenever you do some marching orders, I like to give it to you in something that you can easily digest and easily remember. I want you guys to set a goal. And I have to make this kind of blanket because different people are in different organizations, and I don't want to step on any toes. But I want to act like everybody's a new QFD. So when you put that lens on, then you make this framework work for whatever position you're in. So the language I'm talking is as if you are a new QFD. Now, if you're a 5-star executive or a 2-star regional, then you make these numbers kind of work for you, and you know what I mean. The first thing you want to do when you get off of this Zoom, you want to say, okay, September has 30 days. By September 30th, I'll have at least 3 new personally sponsored QFDs. So that's the 3 in 357. Before the end of this month, I'll have 3 new personal QFDs. Yes, that includes you. You watching me right now. I'm not talking to her. I'm not talking to him. I'm not talking to your team. I'm talking to you. If I can still sponsor 3 new QFDs like I just recently did within the past 10 days, 10, 14 days, if I know warm market, all my friends been talked to, most of the veterans in my organization, we've been through our warm market before. We get new sparks and new momentum. If we can do it, you brand new person, QFD, can do that by the end of this month. The 5, I want you guys to have 5 overviews that you have conducted personally by the end of this month. Remember, new QFD hat. For all you guys that are not QFDs, you're higher, you may want to double that. But for a new QFD hat, it's time for you guys to learn the semantics. It's time for you guys to learn the presentation. It's time for you guys to stop being afraid to talk about the power of cash flow versus income. This is something I teach all the time. There's a big difference between cash flow and income. If you talk income, your prospecting will be limited. If you talk cash flow, you're going to expand it to way more people. That's another training for another day. My point is you need to do 5 presentations personally. Yes, you, not her, not him, not your team. I'm talking to you. If you hear my voice, I'm talking to you. No matter how long you've been in the business, I'm talking to you. By September 30th, 5 presentations that you have personally conducted, because it's time to get out of your comfort zone. If you want change financially, you can't wait on other people to build your business for you. And the 7, you need to get 7 people in your organization promoted within 30 days. So by Halloween, you see what I'm saying? By October 31st, you need 7 people in your group minimum to rank up. Now remember, that's a new QFD hat. So don't be looking at me sideways talking about Brian 7, we're going for 75. Well, that's because your organization is bigger. You make the number what you need to make it and make it make sense for your position. But what I'm doing is I'm saying, okay, if I sponsor 3 new people, I'm going to make sure they conduct 5 presentations, and I'm going to make sure that 7 new people get promoted within 30 days within that new group. You see, I'm not lowering your goals or expectations. Remember, if the hat is the hat of a new QFD and you run the 3-5-7 play, let's get 3 new people. Let's make them each do 5 presentations. We're going to do a few for them first, but by the end of the month, they should have gotten in front of 5 new presentations under their belt. And within 30 days, 7 people in their organizations. I didn't say all the way up to 1,000 a day. I didn't say all the way up to the ring. I'm just saying 7 people need to get promoted. For some of you OGs in the business, those 7 might be the 3 new people you just sponsored, and then 4 existing people in your team. Somebody needs to rank up every month in your organization, and the magic number for the next 30 days, let's go for 7. Now think about what I just did. If everybody in your organization applies the 3-5-7 principle to a new QFD just for this month, in the month of October, and you apply that principle and that mantra, how many people in your team will get a rank advancement, which is a pay raise and a daily pay, and which is a leadership or improve their presentation skills and explaining this business? How many new people in your team will get the $5 per day minimum because everybody got their 3 out the way? You add the 1 customer, now you're done. See, it's about duplication. It's not about the 3-5-7 sounds small until you do it with 20 to 30 people. Everything is about exponential growth. With that being said, let me leave you guys with this. For those who don't know, I own a training company called Mentor to Millions, and one of my most popular programs is called my Instinct Series. And the Instinct Series is where I take animals that are out in the wild and I tap into their instincts and what God gave them to survive in their environment. And I teach humans, which is us, how to use those same instincts and survive in our environment. So companies hire me to come in and basically my clients will pick the different animals, and I'll come into the corporations and help them implement these ideologies to their employees, right? So I want to give you guys, I have about 18 animals, about 24 here, 18 published that I've taught on video and different things like that. I'm gonna leave you guys today with the cheetah. I'm gonna give you 7 steps to change. 7 steps to change. And this is from my cheetah excerpt in the Instinct series. 7 steps. The first step to anything is called inertia. Inertia means you've been sitting still. See, most people, their money's been sitting still. Their mindset has been sitting still. Their savings are sitting still. Their investments are sitting still. The reason a cheetah has a long tail is because the tail acts as a rudder. His head is aerodynamic because at speeds of 75 miles an hour, he needs the wind to go right by his head and through his tail so he can change direction quickly. You can't change slowly when you're doing 65 miles an hour. The challenge with a cheetah is if he overheats because he ran too long, he will die. So a cheetah has to get out quick with his aerodynamic head and his long tail, and he got about 60 seconds before he overheats at a speed of 60 miles an hour, or he'll die. He can't run for long. The first thing you guys have to do is get up and moving. The second step is called movement. Movement is inertia unlocked. See, the problem with a lot of people is that they're still sitting still wondering if this is the right opportunity. They're still sitting still wondering if they can be a millionaire. I wouldn't be a millionaire today had I sat still waiting on somebody else to push me along and give me what's called movement. Step 2 is movement. Step 3 is momentum. Momentum is movement with speed. First, you've been sitting still. Something's gonna come along like the Las Vegas convention and get you what? Get you moving. Now, at least you're not sitting still anymore. Now your aerodynamic tail, it may not be as long as a cheetah's, but at least you know that you got some directions and things in your life that you need to change. You got some people that you need to move around. You got some goals with your aerodynamic head that you're going straight for. And you know that you ain't got long to get it in. Inertia, movement is inertia unlocked. Momentum is movement with speed. After momentum comes possibility. Possibility is momentum meeting your belief. See, you heard it earlier. I think Kevin talked about his first mentor. See, your momentum is your movement, but now you got some belief attached to it. See, I'm sorry, possibility is your momentum with some belief attached to it. See, now you believe that things are possible. Now you believe that you can earn the $1 million ring. Now you believe that you can actually become a millionaire. Now you believe that you can get the $8,500 a day. Once you have possibilities, you now have potential. Potential is directed. Potential is when the possibilities are now directed toward you. See, everything's a possibility. We can all go to the moon. You understand? You got enough money. You can go to the moon. Just ask Richard Branson and these guys. Ask Elon Musk and these guys. You got enough money. You can go to the moon. But do you believe potentially that this could happen for you? After potential comes activation. Activation is your potential unleashed. We're on step 6. I got to get out of here. I do another animal next time. We're on step 6. Your activation is your potential when it's unleashed. Now you've unlocked something within you that says, not only am I keeping this to myself, but I can do it. It's possible. See, it went from possibility to potential. Now potential has to become activation, and change, which is step 7, is your activation realized. Change is your activation realized. See, all of us in Vegas, we were changed this weekend. MWR is not the same company it was when I joined. It is going through a change, and it'll always go through a change. The ERC program may be confusing. Don't worry about it. It's just it's a pre-launch. It's an introduction. Our CMO, Sonia Williams, is the best in the business. We will make sure everything looks pretty. Everything is easily explained. Brian House will make sure that the experts have the documents that you need. Don't worry about change. You need to go from sitting still to movement, from movement to momentum, from momentum to possibility, from possibility to potential, from potential to activation, and from activation to change. And I promise you, your life and your income will never be the same. 3 new QFDs by the end of the month. 5 presentations done by those new QFDs by the end of the month. And 7 people in your organization need to get a promotion of some type. I'm Brian Bean. Hey, register, man. If you haven't done it, Make Wealth Real events. We got Vegas coming back up, and then y'all gonna be in Atlanta, Georgia. And in my hometown, by the end of the summer, it's over with. We're gonna have so much fun in Atlanta, man. I'm Brian Bean. I see you guys in the magazines. Make Wealth Real events. Get your butts registered right now. I got a presentation to do. Y'all have a good night. Peace.